Hi Kirsty. I thought it would be easier if I showed you how to do these things rather than trying to read it off a sheet. So I'll just demonstrate and you can do it in your own time. But with this along with the sheet, you should be able to figure it out pretty well. Okay, so we're going to come, first one off is we're going to come sitting close to the edge of the chair, similar to what we did the first time. So we're going to elongate through the top of the spine, ground through the sitting bones, feet flat on the floor. And then once the spine's elongated, we're going to slowly raise the arms up on the inhale until they're beside the ears, or if they don't go that far, that's fine, as far as they go, behind the ears. And then we're going to drop the shoulders. So just imagine the shoulder blades slipping down the back and elongating up, so stretching up through the tips of the fingers, grounding down through the sitting bones, and allow the shoulders to continually drop because they will try and raise up. So just imagine them dropping down, stretching up, and then exhaling down. That's the first one. So if you want to repeat that 3 times. Then the next one, which is called chair pose. So again, sitting close to the chair, we're going to have our feet flat on the floor. If you have a yoga block, you can place that between the thighs. So imagine 2 fists between the thighs, that's about the distance you want, and just position the block or a thick book between the thighs and press in with the inner thighs. So we're just going to get some isometric movement there. And then we're going to inhale the arms up to the front of the body, stretching forward from the top of the head to the tailbone, stretching forward. Arms are at an angle, and again stretching through the fingertips, feet flat on the floor. Going to push into the feet, squeeze squeeze the thighs together, stretching through the fingers, and then releasing the arms, exhaling down. That's the second one. Now the third one is called modified Gardadasana. So arms at a T position, and we're going to bring the arms towards each other until the elbows are crossing, and then bring the hands together. Now if the hands don't quite come together, just do the best you can, and at the same time we're going to cross the right arm over the right leg. So whichever arm's on top, that's the leg that goes on top. If it works, you can hook the foot around the other leg. If not, just keep it crossed. And we're going to inhale the arms up, exhaling away with the elbows. Keep that there for a couple of breaths and release the arms and the legs, and then bring the arms across again, and the opposite arm will be on top. So you get the idea. Release. That's the Gardasana. Just do the best you can with that one. Now we're going to stay seated on the chair, and then I'll just show you. We're going to put the arms behind you and either interlock the fingers like that, or if that's not comfortable, you can just grip the elbows, like fold the arms behind the back, and or if that doesn't work, you can just put the arms behind you and have the arms straight. So whichever one works. So on the exhale, then we're going to slowly bend from the hips, bending forward, and the arms will raise. So if you've got them interlocked, the arms will raise behind you as you get further down. Sorry, this doesn't look quite easy on the camera. I'll try and get a better angle, but as you bend down, the arms come up. So if you've got your hands in a fold, they'll go like that, or otherwise behind you, they'll just raise up. So it's not so much getting down further, we're just opening up the chest in this particular exercise. And for the next one, number 5, this one we have to bring a chair, another chair. So if we have the chair seated in front of us, and that's only there for support, so you can either have the chair seat facing you if that's going to be comfortable, or try the chair back, whichever one's going to be more comfortable. Now we're going to then try and raise the left foot. So the left foot then comes up and rests on the right thigh. Okay, does that make sense? And then we're just gradually going to come forward. So the chair will be quite close to you, and we're just going to use that for support. So if I had a chair here, I'd be gripping the chair as I bend forward over that leg. The idea is not to come forward too far. It's just we're trying to get a stretch through the leg and open up the hip. And of course we come up and then we change legs. And we come forward like that. Okay, that's that one. The chair twist, which is number 6. So sitting sideways in the chair, very similar to the one we did last time. So we're going to this time place a block between our thighs, or around about that distance apart again. And we're going to inhale, elongating the spine and twisting from the pelvis, moving towards the chair back. We're going to take the chair back in our hand and then gradually twist from the pelvis. Try not to pull yourself around with the hands. Put some pressure on that block or that book between the thighs, and just looking back. So we're getting a nice twist, and then change sides and do it on the other side. Now the next one we're going to try standing, and we'll use a chair for stability. Okay, so see what I've written down here. Okay, so have the chair facing away from you. Okay, and about this far apart, and we're going to take one step forward with the right foot and one step back with the left. So the left foot is extended, so it's a nice straight leg at the back. And we're actually going to bend the right foot, right knee. So having a nice firm stance, gripping the chair, you're going to bend the right knee, making sure that the knee is over the ankle. So we don't want the knee coming forward of the ankle, so just adjust the foot as necessary. And the knee tracks towards the second toe. So most of the support is on that back leg. You're holding onto the chair for support at the front, and we're stretching forward into that bent knee position. Okay, and we're going to hold that for a while, and then we're going to change sides. So just stretching, coming forward. And the next one was modified tree pose, number 8. Okay, so again we're going to use the chair. See how this works. And the options are, we're going to have one hand on the hip, so this hand on the side is on the hip, and we're going to raise either this foot onto the foot, which is very easy. So the foot is off the floor, but it's just resting, the sole of the foot's resting on the other foot. Or alternatively, bring up that foot onto the calf. If that feels comfortable, you can bring it up a little bit further, so it's cupping the knee. Okay, so we're going to hold that for a while, as per the sheet, and then change sides. That's a balanced pose, and the modified forward bend against the wall, so you'll need to find a spare wall space. This will be a little bit tricky with the camera, I think. So let's just check this out. So we're going to come to the wall like this. Hands will be on the wall, and we're going to gradually step our feet back, bringing the hands down so that they're parallel with the shoulders. Just coming back and stepping back as far as possible, and then we're going to straighten the legs and stretch back through the hips. The arms are extended, you're pushing through the palms, you're supported by the wall, stretching back through the hips, so we've got a nice flat back. Okay, it's pushing through the feet, pushing through the palms, straightening the legs and extending through the hips. When you're finished, just come forward, stepping forward, back to the wall. Hands remain on the wall, and gently release. And then we'll come back to the chair. Arms behind the back. cupping the opposite elbows so that the chest is extended. We're going to bring the chest forward so as you can bring the shoulder blades as close together as possible. So gripping the elbows of either hand, and we're going to look up and extend the chest. Once again, we're trying to get that chest nice and open. The reason we're doing so many chest openers is because what happens as gravity rounds these shoulders, it gradually decreases the tidal volume in the lungs and compresses the tops of the lungs, so it inhibits our ability to breathe. So if we can reverse that, open up the chest, we're getting more air into our more air capacity is available, and we get more air into the system. So that's the series. So do these on an alternate days to the ones you've got, and I'll check in with you a little in a week or so and see how you're going. There's another link which has another alternate breathing exercise which you can try as well. Okay.